everyone, Carol here from Oak House Journals. I hope you're all happy and dandy this morning. It's a beautiful sunny day here in the UK. We're being really blessed with the weather at the moment. Certainly no complaints about that. Sorry, I've done the British thing talking about the weather. I'll get on with the matter in hand. I've got a couple of videos to share with you today. They will be videos of these two little journals which have been made by Alison Hutchins. Now, if you saw my giveaway rack video, the journal that I offered as one of the prizes was one of Alison's journals, and these are two more. Now, Alison isn't on YouTube and she doesn't have an Etsy shop as yet. I think those are things that are possibly on the cards for her, but she does have an Instagram account, and I will put the link to that in the description box down below. Please go and check out her work, because although she is a newbie in terms of us here on YouTube, she's been making these beautiful journals and hardback journals as well for a while now, and her work is lovely, really lovely. So if you're interested at all, nip over to her Instagram account and take a look. It really will be a treat. So these are two more of Alison's journals, and these are journals that I bought from Alison specifically for putting in my Etsy shop. So you will find the listing for these journals in my Etsy shop under Alison's name, and this one is called Flowerpot and this one is called Bumblebee. But you will be able to recognise them very easily in my Etsy shop, and the link to that will be in the description box down below. So I'm going to start with this little journal first, and the next video will be to cover a flip through of this journal. So size wise, they are, sorry, I should have got my act together and measured these beforehand. They are about 4.5 inches by 6. So in centimetres, that works out at roughly 11 by 15 centimetres. So they're both the same size. They have this beautiful ivory sari silk wrapped around them. And oh, do you know, I love these journals. This one is a fabric cover with this lovely white linen fabric on it. Some fussy cutting of some primulas in a pot here, and this vintage ABC lettering on the front. Then there's a vintage book page that has been sealed. This has been sealed as well, I can feel it. And Alison has done a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and then the back is just left plain, and actually it's just perfect as it is. The play of the cream coloured book page here against the white is lovely, and as you can see, Alison has done some stitching all the way around the cover and over this piece of book page. So the edges are beautifully frayed, but they're not going to fray anymore because obviously of the stitching. And even though it's a fabric cover, this is reinforced. I can feel it. There's cardstock inside there that she's stitched into place. Now, if you open it up, as you can see, there are book pages inside. So that's a lovely pocket in that front cover. And this is the beautiful tag or journaling card. You know me, I always get my words mixed up between tags and journaling cards, so they're interchangeable in my world, so please ignore that. This is the lovely journaling card that she's done with a lovely crocheted lace snippet at the side, some doily at the back, beautiful layering here. This is obviously some book page, and then some tea or coffee stained paper. Beautiful colours there, and I'm going to pop that back in the pocket so I don't forget where it lives. And then going inside, beautiful broderie anglais fabric pocket inside, and this lovely owl with a Tracy Fox label. owl image with a Tracy Fox label and some vintage fabric stitched on the top there. And the colours are just amazing how they all blend beautifully together, beautifully stitched. And there's an old postcard on the back. So that goes in the front pocket. Beautiful image here of, I want to say black currants, but they're not. I do know the name of this plant. It's a UK plant, but it escapes me at the moment. So apologies for that. Alison stitched round the page there. Stamping here, she's layered up the back of that image with some tea or coffee stained paper. It looks like coffee stained. There's a bee stamped here, beautiful coffee staining here, and some delicate stamping there. I'm just going to bring the camera down a little bit because I want you to catch all the detail in this journal. It's beautiful. A fabulous piece of rose image paper there, which is being coffee stained. Pocket here where Alison has collaged. There's a faux stamp here with a fussy cut butterfly. Here there's a snippet of paper behind this vintage mother of pearl button, and just look at this tea stained paper or coffee stained paper. It's lovely, really lovely, very pretty. That's gorgeous, and it tones perfectly. You know me, I like to have a little bit of continuity going through the journals, but the colours here are beautiful. And we have a snowdrop image there. Just going to move in frame a bit. Beautiful images. There's some vintage diary paper there. Again, beautiful paper, all coffee stained. Beautiful tag again in this pocket with a little bit of collaging on the back, half a ticket there, and some Ready Reckner pages there. Tiny little bit of fabric collaging here with, again, with the vintage mother of pearl button. Printable image there, looks like an old receipt. No, it's a medical label, it says there. Glassine bag here with this lovely tag, Tracy Fox label. And as I've said before, I love how Alison does these snippets of fabric for her ties. A little bit of grid paper on the back, stitched round, beautiful. The feel of Alison's journals are amazing, they really are. And if you're like me, I'm a little bit of a tactile person. I love feeling and touching the pages and listening to the crinkle. And Alison's journal has that touchy-feely loveliness about them. So what she's done here, there's a fussy cut image here of Primula with a tea stained paper doily behind and another Tracy Fox label there. Corner tuck spot down here with some fabric and a button, and this lovely images of bees in the wild, a little bit of sari silk at the top for the tab, and that pocket has been stitched round, and again the yellows blend beautifully here. Leaf images on this piece of ledger paper. I think it's a printable, this one. Love how she's torn and inked her edges. There's a vintage book page here, and she's reinforced it beautifully, so it's nice and secure in there. Again, this looks like a piece of vintage wallpaper actually, but it's lovely and soft. Another corner tag with a little mini tag there, and a little bit of paper up here as the tab topper. Lovely image of some forget-me-nots there. Beautiful. I love this beautiful coffee stain mark there. I can just imagine putting down a mug and getting that, but you would never manage it as perfectly as that, even if you tried. Lovely rose image paper here. This is an I Spy page from Butterflies and Moths, obviously a vintage page. A little faux stamp here with some fussy cutting layered up, beautifully done. A postcard, correspondence, and a rose journaling card tucked in here. with some crochet lace for the top. And again, that marries in perfectly with the tea stained, coffee stained doily. And a side tuck here, or a side pocket with a snippet of lace, and this is all collaged, fussy cut image and different papers underneath. Love this image of not sure what that is actually. Lovely image of a flower. I know some flowers in the garden. In fact, I know quite a few, but that one escapes me. I love how she's put some of the fabric from the front cover under this Tracy Fox label. That really does add a nice little touch to that. And again, stitched round. This is one of Alison's botanical book page envelopes that she's made. They're just lovely, aren't they? And then that just goes over the pocket with a lovely rose gold paper clip to hold it in place, although it will sit there nicely. She's just included that. This is a printable page here that again she's flipped over and made into a side tuck there, but it just looks lovely. It does look like that's all been collaged, but it's beautiful. Here we have a double tag. This is one that she's coffee stained, and that's one that she's made. I love this little snippet of lace, and this little rose or daisy on the top is three-dimensional from the bit at the back. And I did wonder when I saw these whether this was two pieces that she'd stuck together, but I've seen several of these, so now I know that it's not. It's obviously a snippet from a larger piece, but it's just so delicate. It really is pretty, so pretty. And that's the back with a little bit of washi there. And actually, wouldn't that just make a lovely double layered tag there if you wanted to do that with it? But equally lovely just to have it separate. So that's really nice tucked in there. Some vintage music paper, a collage printable piece here, and then we have a fabric piece on the corner which is stitched into place to make this flip out. Beautiful paper there. There we go. Tiny little, very generic, roughly torn piece of paper there to create this little tag pocket, and again some more of that beautiful lace as her topper. Lovely image of a rose. Beautiful how it all blends in together. Then we have this lovely piece of printed ephemera which she has collaged on the back and stitched. I love the play that Alison's got here with all the lines and the grids. It really is lovely, and the colours all flow through on that. Picked up the green on here and the greens on the back. This is a printable piece of image of a embroidered doily, and then she's put a piece of tatted lace on the top. Love doing tatting. Just takes so long to do it though, doesn't it? And then this is a lovely image that she's printed onto some cream coloured parchment. So this is some lovely lavender. A botanical page from one of the I Spy Observer book of plants. And then we have another tag pocket here. Snippet of lace. This is all collage. One of the faux stamps, a Tracy Fox label, and then this is the tag that goes into that pocket with a piece of coffee stained paper at the top for the topper. We have another one of these little tag corner tuck spots for this little journaling card. And let me just, I have something going on on my computer. Something popped up on screen then, so I wasn't sure if I was still recording, so apologies for that if you missed anything. I was just showing you this beautiful little corner tag tuck spot, and then this was the little journaling card that goes in that pocket, and then this is a printable piece that she's put on the back. And we have a big journaling space here. A glassine bag here that she's collaged over and stitched in place. Tiny, tiny little stamped tag here. Image of a bee, some ready reckoner page, and looks like some washi there. And then this is the book page, botanical book page tag that goes in that pocket. More of the Observer book, botanical book page. And then another printed piece of parchment. Oh, you will have seen these in the journal flip through that I did for the giveaway rack. These are actually playing cards, but they're beautiful. They're tiny, very bright, very vibrant, but absolutely gorgeous. And then she's popped in a beautiful flower head. I think it might be from a hydrangea, looks like it. So beautiful purples, beautifully preserved, Alison, really lovely. And she stitched round it. Isn't it lovely? And then that just sits behind that corner tuck spot. We have a corner tuck spot here with a printable of a doily, and then this is another printable that she's aged, collaged on the back with papers and fabric. Beautiful, beautiful image of a rose there. This is a lace, fabric and paper collage that she's done. And then there's one of the C.xx flower dies in like craft card on the top. Absolutely beautiful. Let me lift that up to the camera. And this bit looks like a bit of tea-stained doily there. There's some music paper, book pages. Lovely. Little bit of stamping up at the top here. This is a printable ephemera page. Vintage music page. This is a printable collaged paper, but Alison's put a snippet of paper there and stitched on a button. And this tag has to be my all-time favourite. It has this gorgeous piece of grey and white ruffled linen fabric on the bottom, and then these beautiful delicate images of again, that plant that I can't remember the name of. It'll come to me. The minute I switch off the camera, it'll come to me. But I love how she's married the colours together, and this tiny snippet of sari silk picks up the colours of the petals just beautifully. Absolutely lovely, Alison. Love that tag. And then a collage piece of, obviously, a printable of a embroidered doily on the back. Oh, my all-time favourite tag. I love that. Love this paper ruffle down the side. Just perfect. A fabric pocket down here with a collage on top. And she's used book pages at the back. Then some very fine doily. Then some fussy cut. This is a piece of, obviously, slightly thicker linen. And then a lace trim on the bottom, like tulle here, a fine netted fabric, snippet of ruffled paper, and then one of the C.xx dies. And that just makes the most amazing pocket. It really does. It's lovely. And then that's the tag that goes in the pocket. Two little tiny tags on top, and it's held together with fabric and beautiful pink crochet cotton. Doily again. The I Spy vintage page, butterflies and moths. There's a long tag in this pocket here, and this is the tag, and she's put a ball pin with some lace, tiny little tag underneath there, botanical tag with a couple of birds on it, and then a little craft card tag, and then that's the reverse. It goes in that pocket there. Vintage book pages and wallpaper. A little bit of washi here. And this beautiful tag again with a paper tab top in a corner tuck spot with some fabric and lace, some fabric and some printable vintage paper here, and a little button on top. The second part of that medical label. Beautiful staining. There's a bingo card with a bee on it tucked in here. This is very very soft, slightly lined paper. I'm not sure if you can see that. Yeah, with a delicate blue line to it which picks up the blue of the flower here, and this is obviously vintage notebook paper. You can feel it. It has its own unique feel to it, so you can tell it's definitely vintage. So we have a collage pocket here with some lace and a fussy cut, another tag with the Tracy Fox label. Lots of tags in this little journal. Even though it's tiny, there's plenty of space to journal in it, and lots of interest almost on every page, if not with stitching, then the collages, the tags, the pockets. Alison's managed to get a lot in each of these lovely little pretty journals. This is some layering of, looks like some vintage French linen there, and some vintage lace, and then a collage piece of book page there, and some more behind it. Absolutely lovely. And then this is the journaling card, and this looks like a piece of printed linen. It looks stitched here. If I hold that up to the camera, it looks stitched, but it isn't. It's actually printed on the fabric, but it's lovely. It really is nice. Beautifully done. I love how the colours just tone and blend together, and the colours here just picking up each other. Really beautiful. And then this is the back with another broderie anglais pocket, and here this lovely organic journaling card with some collaging again on the back. And then this is another of her lovely tags. Again, Tracy Fox label. I don't know what we would have done without you, Tracy, with all those lovely labels that you've done. They were an inspiration, and they're so lovely to use. And then we have a brown paper tag here that she's layered up with some foreign book page. Can't work out from the snippet here what the language is. And then this botanical tiny tag on top. A little bit of sari silk with some pink crochet cotton. And then Alison has tucked away in the top here another journaling card, and again with beautiful coffee stained paper tap top, and then that goes in that top pocket. And I just love how she has made the inside of this work for her. She's obviously used 2 sheets of vintage book page. See if I can open it up. Can you see in there? Let me get that. She's obviously used 2 pages of a vintage book page, and stitched those inside her cover to make these 2 pockets. One at the back here, a top loader, and this is a side loader. But that's just absolutely lovely, Alison. And these journals are just such a lovely size to hold in your hand. I mean, you know me, I love tiny journals, and for me this size of journal is absolute perfection. There's just something about them that I love, and I want to pick them up and hold them when they are this size. I just adore small journals. And again, true to form, I've not tied that well, so apologies, Alison. I will retie that. But they just have a gorgeous, gorgeous feel, holding them in your hand, and perfect size to take away with you and pop in your handbag, or bag or travelling bag, whatever you take with you when you go out and about. But equally, like I do, they are just beautiful to sit and hold and treasure here at home. So there you go, everybody. This is the first of Alison's 2 journals that I'm doing a flip through for her today. Please, as I say, have a look at her work on Instagram, and if you are interested, please do contact her directly. I mean, you're more than welcome to contact me and I will pass on your details, but you should be able to contact Alison directly through her Instagram account. So that is the first journal. As I say, she will be in my Etsy shop in about an hour or so, if you're interested in purchasing her, and obviously there are more photos there for you to have a look at if you wish. Okay, everybody, I'll see you in just a moment with the second journal. Bye bye.